Hey everybody, this is RC from the Game Grave. We're covering Fallout 4 from Bethesda's E3 Conference in 2015. Let's take a look. Wow, that guy. That guy loves Fallout.
This is great. Look at this. You all came. This is amazing. I need to let me take this in. Holy crap. You know, when I first started at Bethesda 21 years ago, yes, believe it or not, there was no E3. There was none of this. Remember that we had CES in Vegas, and the video games weren't even in the main building. They were in like an ancillary tent with the porn. It's not. I'm not kidding.
What a great way to start.
Blizzard's booth was closer, for the record. But now look at us. Look at all of you here. Look at video games. Everybody online watching this. This is how you spend a quiet Sunday evening, I guess. And you do this because games are important to all of us here. And I think we can all agree that tonight starts a week with E3 that is the world's best week of entertainment ever.
There you have it, E3 fans.
Because entertainment is an essential part of our lives. And games can do things that nothing else in entertainment can. They can transport you to new worlds. They can give you the true wonder of discovery and often the pride of accomplishing something yourself in a game. It's a wonderful moment. And in the world of entertainment, there are very few things as good as Fallout.
It's a pretty cocky thing to say, but I gotta agree with him. I love myself some Fallout.
You know, we've worked on Fallout for over 10 years now, and we started designing this one actually right after Fallout 3 in 2009. We were busy with the Skyrim game, but for the last 4 years, we have been working very, very hard to create something really special. And we've done a lot, and tonight we are going to show you a lot.
And they do, too. This is pretty great.
And it all starts with an obsession to detail. Our artists concept every button, every blinky light, not just on one terminal, on all of them. Because it's our belief that it's all of these small details coming together that form a much, much larger whole.
So for anybody who's a big concept art fan, this particular scene here is really going to interest you. These look like they're all consoles that are going to be used in the game in some fashion, and then they spring through all these different concept art pieces, different environments in the game and whatnot. And a lot of them are very beautiful. Now, you're going to want to stay tuned because at the very end of this portion of the demo, they show off some of these places in the real-life game. It's kind of like a bookend thing. So they show you from concept to finished piece, and I got to tell you, Fallout 4, seeing some of those environments in a Fallout game, it's dazzling. It's amazing. Considering Fallout 3, and even New Vegas for that matter, was so brown, so wastelandy. The fact that they added grass and colors into this one, it's... Once you actually see the game running towards the end of this demo and they show all the different environments, I think you're going to be pretty pleased. Because I know I was. A lot of beautiful art pieces.
That last image is really important because one of the great things about Fallout is the world that existed before the bombs fell. And that is where our game starts. On a beautiful Saturday morning, with the threat of nuclear war looming.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hon.
You think?
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Right.
And this is where you create your character, by simply selecting part of the face and sculpting.
That's pretty amazing.
Such a cute nose.
The technology behind this is
Beard or no beard?
it's amazing. The fact that you can just pick a piece of the face.
We're going to speed up time here and show you just how easy and powerful this is to create all new characters by just sculpting and making changes wherever you want in the face. No series of sliders.
And it's also pretty funny that someone would spend like their whole day like figuring out what their character's going to look like.
My turn, big
You
guy.
see they sped up time and
And
the
of course
robot in
you
the
can play as a
background is just
female.
like going back and forth. Well, of course you could play as a female. It's not really a feature.
Whoever
That
you
should be.
read the
That's a
menu
normal
as
thing.
Is who you'll play. And this is an entirely dynamic system. It's the same system.
And you can
we
play as a
use to
female, but
create
we're not
all
going to
the
spend
games
any
and
time
PCs.
checking out her
We even
options.
generate a baby based on the couple you make.
And of course,
Good morning, sir. Your coffee.
Codsworth, he's back.
73.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Brewed to perfection.
Thanks, Kazuo.
Of course, sir.
Nuka-Cola. Ice cold.
Gotta love the Nuka-Cola.
Sugar bombs. 100% daily value of sugar.
Good morning. Vault-Tec calling.
This particular interaction is pretty great.
Vault-Tec? Remind me again?
Why, we're about you, sir, and helping secure your future. You see, Vault-Tec is the foremost builder of state-of-the-art underground fallout shelters. Vaults, if you will.
But there's room for my entire family, right?
Of course, of course. Minus your robot, naturally. In fact, you're already cleared for entrance. It's just a matter of verifying some information.
There you have it.
That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations.
This guy seems
on being
trustworthy, right?
prepared for the future.
Thanks again.
It's peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
Mr. Howard, Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down.
You heard Codsworth say my name. That isn't for the demo. We actually have recorded around 1,000 of the most popular names for him to say.
Which really makes you wonder what he says when it's a name he doesn't know.
Spin the mobile a bit. He loves that.
Sir, Mom,
This is a pretty cool mobile, though. Love the rocket ships.
Nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
I've got Sean. Let's go.
Almost there. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too.
Hold on!
Now, we're not going to be spoiling or talking about the game's story tonight, but you do survive and get lowered into the vault. Events transpire, but you then emerge 200 years later as the sole survivor of Vault 111.
I thought this was a great introduction.
This is an enormous dynamic world where you can create any kind of character you want, go where you want, and do whatever you want. Player freedom remains our absolute #1 goal. This is running on a next-generation version of our creation engine, features full physical-based rendering, as well as dynamic volumetric lighting.
All you casuals will know what that means.
As I live and breathe. Mr. Howard, is that really you?
Codsworth? You're still here. So, other people could still be alive too.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
No, that's not possible. I wasn't out for that long.
That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner.
Gotta love Codsworth.
Bring you up a snack? You must be famished.
What? Food? Yeah, sure. I need a minute to think.
Then I'll be right back.
Can only imagine what kind of food he's gonna bring
Even our
you.
dialogue is dynamic. It is not a mode you're locked into. You can play it in first person, you can play it in third person, you can walk away whenever you want, you can shoot him in the face if you want.
I know a lot of people were picking on the way the game looked when they released the first trailer, but you gotta admit, this looks really good. Hey, and there's our dog.
You're all by yourself. You want to come with me, pal? Okay, then. Let's stick together. Hey.
And his name is just Dog.
And yes, you can give the dog commands by simply pointing at things in the environment and activating them. It's all contextual.
How great is that?
Grab that.
And he got it. Look at that. It's probably the coolest video game dog so far. I'm looking at you, Fable 2. Vance is back, baby. Really liking the look of that handgun, too. If I had to pick on anything from Fallout 3, I feel like some of the guns were not detailed all that well.
The most ambitious and detailed game world that we have ever made, culminating in the massive ruins of downtown Boston.
I mean, there were some great-looking guns, don't get me wrong, but some of them just were... They look like copies of a copy. Look at this. I apologize, I thought it was the end of the conference where they did this, but it's actually in the middle here. Look how beautiful that looks. Colors. So there's your typical wasteland. But then you got these other areas with blue sky, the tractor, the camp. Beautiful blue sky. This all takes place in Boston, too, which is very cool. And the coolest part about this is it's not even including like all of the crazy, zany things that are going to happen to you in the wasteland. Things you'll stumble upon. The things that are in the nooks and cranny of the game, which is where it really shines.
Thank you. Now to the cool stuff. This is a very old photo from the future, of course, of the invention of the very first Pip-Boy, which will become the world's greatest smartwatch due to its power and portability.
Of course.
And of course, we have a new one in Fallout 4. This is where you find it when you leave the vault.
And the old school boot up sequence, look at this.
Now, you do spend a lot of time in our games looking at your stats, your items, and more. So we put a lot of emphasis on making this entertaining, but also making it come alive on the screen. Your various items. We do have a layered armor system now. There are holotapes you can listen to, and some of these are even game tapes.
This is pretty great here. I love watching the dude's fingers on the side of the Pip-Boy actually push buttons and whatnot. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We just, you know, the Pip-Boy is an important part of Fallout, and we love it so much. We made a real one.
That guy.
So this comes with our collector's edition.
This is easily the nerdiest part of the presentation.
So
I think
is
it's
the
great.
Fallout 4
I
Pip-Boy
don't think it's
edition.
something I'm going to do.
And yes, you can put your phone in it.
Look at that.
And yes, we made an app for it.
But this is the start of where it shows they went above
So
and beyond with this
it-
game.
It works with the game, and yes, it's a second screen experience. And usually, I find second screen experiences, they're generally just stupid gimmicks.
Boom.
But like,
Take
as far
that.
as stupid gimmicks goes, I assure it's the best fucking one I have ever seen. It is awesome. It is.
I love this guy. I think he's my favorite presenter.
It is. Here, I'm going to show it to you in action. It works. It actually works perfectly. It's the same code that we use on the Pip-Boy running on the app. Works on any platform on your local Wi-Fi, Xbox One, PS4, PC.
So apparently you actually control all of your own stuff through the phone
Of course,
in the
if you
game.
don't get the Pip-Boy edition, it'll obviously still work on your smartphone or tablet. It's going to be iOS and Android, and it'll come out when the game comes out.
Very cool. Very cool addition. Someone already had their phone out trying to download it. Where is it?
We've also done something else for your smartphone and your tablets. A totally new game. I know. We're busy. We do stuff. Back in 2007, we were making Fallout 3, and the iPhone came out, and we just fell in love with it. And we played games on it all the time. And we kept talking about making our own game for it, a separate game from what we would usually normally do. We had a lot of ideas. We kept coming back to this one that we felt would be perfect on a touch screen and that would be no better anywhere else. So we decided to do it, and here it is.
Here it is.
It is called Fallout Shelter. And in it, you get to make your own vault. And you are the overseer controlling everything. You control the people in the vault. It's your job to keep them productive and happy. This is inspired by games, the other games we love, going back 30 years to Little Computer People. You'll see inspirations, obviously, from XCOM, SimCity, FTL, things that we really, really like. Each dweller has full stats. They all level up.
Just this looks like a great addition to the Fallout universe. It's got that
There are
old
items.
style.
You can give them new outfits, weapons. Which
It's
they'll
got a
need
fun
when
quest
you
mechanic in
send
it,
them off into the
like he's
wasteland.
showing here. You send him off to the wasteland, he goes and does
so they'll
stuff.
head off into the wasteland, and they'll have adventures and get stuff. This is actually inspired by an odd little RPG called Progress Quest. If you've never look it up, it's really cute. Resources are important. Having the right balance of food, water.
I also love
and
how
power.
open this guy is about their inspirations for games as well. He just outright says, like, here, these are the games we were playing and we like, and we kind of combined them all to make this.
There are lots of different rooms you can build, ones that give you resources. Some of them train people. They train your dwellers' stats. The bar, of course, trains charisma. Classroom does intelligence. There are children. More on that in a bit. And you do get rewarded with lunchboxes full of random loot. Accidents can happen, fires can break out, rat roach attacks, raiders can attack. And of course, the best way to get new dwellers is the old-fashioned way. That raises their happiness when they go in the room.
Well, maybe not so much Kayla there. I guess she is happy. She was just walking a bit slower.
And of course, as overseer, you get to name all the babies. And that is Fallout Shelter. Now, this game is going to be free, but don't worry, there are no paywall timers. You don't need an internet connection. You build something, it's instantly built. Again, no internet connection. You can play it wherever you want. We do let you buy more lunch boxes if you want more random loot, but the whole goal of this game was to do something we'd really want to play on our phones, something that made us smile and had more depth than other things we were seeing. But what's been especially exciting about this game is for us to finally work with some great folks at Apple. And what's even more exciting is that this game is coming out on the App Store tonight.
And it's completely free. So you're saying, why is this in my Fallout 4 presentation? You have a free iOS and Android game to play that's Fallout-based.
No soft
Very
launch.
cool.
It's going to start rolling worldwide after the showcase this evening. I hope you check it out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
And it's very cool that the only microtransaction is if you want to buy more loot, which is, it's not a requirement to actually play the game.
But we're not done talking about Fallout 4 yet.
So back to Fallout 4.
So back to the big one. We love building stuff in our games. And if you think about building and crafting, Fallout is kind of the perfect world to do all of that in. So like many things, we have gone completely overboard. And here's how it works in the game. We're allowing your character, while playing, to rebuild. And it works like this. You can scrap items in the world for materials and then use those materials to build the way you want.
So AKA, in addition to all the other stuff you're already doing in Fallout 4,
and one of the
you have this to do too. So there's going to be a ton of stuff to do.
All of this just works in real time. Rip it apart and build the way you want.
And then it just works. Look at that. It just works.
Like the rest of the game,
I can't wait to see all the glitchiness with this stuff
experience.
once it's ready.
We want you to build and decorate and make yourself really a place you want to live in. A new home for yourself.
Bobblehead's confirmed, by the way.
And your best friend, of course.
And a house for your buddy. Look at that.
As your settlement grows, people will arrive, including certain traders. They have some of the best items in the game. For these people, you can plant food, water, and even power generators. All right, so the generators will power things through switches that require power, lights and other items, and then you run wires that connect them all, and again, it just works. You can also build your own terminals that hook to this power grid, and then you can control the various things and tweak them that the power lines are connected to.
And why would you do this? Why on earth would you
like
power
turrets,
all these different things? But tell us in a second. Oh, have I missed that screen?
Because you do want to build defenses, because your settlements can and will get attacked by raiders.
There you go. So you got to set up defenses. You got to have this stuff set up because people are going to come in and try to take what you have.
So it's fun to build up something yourself in the game that usually you'll find that we have built for you. And there are many large sites in the game world where we allow you to build. And you can even run Brahmin caravans between your settlements.
That's so cool.
Keep in mind, like most things we do, this is an optional part of the game that you can do if you want to. It's just one part of a huge game, but it's really, really great for Fallout. We just absolutely love this feature.
Haha, look at that. Nice. Very, very nice touch at the end.
And this crafting system carries over to other things in the world. So let's say you want to build this scope. And the game will tell you you need these components. And those components are found in all of the items in the world. So
they finally found a use for all of the junk you find.
Out of these, you know, say the microscope, a toy car, or these, you know, duct tape, an alarm clock, and such. So we like to fill our worlds with thousands of items that you can interact with.
Oh, we know.
And now, all of them have purpose. And here's what it looks like in the game. We do have over 50 base weapons and over 700 modifications for those weapons.
Wow. That's a lot of mods.
So you could take a basic, you know, a laser pistol from Fallout, just one of the base weapons, and then modify that and turn it into something completely new.
Look at that. It went from pistol to this focused laser rifle. And you can just keep changing it. That is very cool. You can even change the bat up with the razor blades in it. Very nice. The amount of work they had to have put into just stuff like this, not even including like the, you know, the tower defense stuff that they were just talking about before this, or even any of the dialogue story stuff, or any of the nook and cranny fun stuff that I was talking about earlier. Like, just think about the amount of work that went into just
and you
that.
Can even modify.
And then, of course, your armor.
Your own power armor.
The amount of time. Jeez. It's very respectable for them to work on a game this long and release something this big.
All the weapons and the armor, because we have focused heavily from day one to make the combat in this game feel great. And feel great no matter how you played it. You want to play it full-on first person, you can play it in third person, or you can use VATS, which now gives you more control to slow down time and choose your shots. You know, there's a lot of great things that this game does, but I tell you, you could be experiencing, you know, a quiet moment in the game with your dog, and the right song comes on your Pip-Boy, and the action breaks out, and you're reminded just how fun and special a Fallout game can be.
Ready to fuck some shit up?
This montage here at the end is great. So I'm having a really hard time watching through this whole demonstration, finding, wow, that was great. I have a really hard time watching this demonstration and finding anything bad to say about Fallout 4. Like, I'm sure there's going to be the jankiness and the glitchiness at when it's first released, because all of Bethesda's games come out like that. But with all the things that they're showing and the fact that I love Fallout 3 that much, if it's even remotely, you know, half of the fun that Fallout 3 was, I mean, there's the Death Claw. This is going to be a huge success, and it's easily going to be like my game of 2015. Raider scum. Look at this. You actually get to fly in one of these. It's back. Killing people with junk. The way to do it. Boom. Looks great.
It's good to be back.
Fallout 4. I am super hyped for this.
Thank you.
For anybody who hasn't
Thank
played
you
a Fallout
so
game
much.
before, I envy
This
you
has
because
been
this is going to be such a great
obviously
experience for you to be
really
introduced to the
special project
series.
For everybody in the team, many of them are here in the house tonight. Can you guys wave? Give a big hand. You know, our fans really are the greatest in the world. I know many of you are here tonight, and I want to let you know just how important it is to us, and we know we have a responsibility to do this game right, and your love and support of Fallout have pushed us to make this our best work. And we really appreciate everybody's patience. You know, we didn't say anything for years in this game while everybody waited. And we don't want you to wait too much longer. So we're happy to say Fallout 4 is coming out November 10th this year.
Then the biggest surprise of the night, it's actually coming out this year. Let's hope it's not delayed. Cannot wait to play this one.
Thanks again, everybody. We really hope you love the game. Thanks again.
So sorry about that, guys. I'm a bit biased. Really want to play Fallout 4, but hey, I think it's going to be great. Stay tuned to the Game Grave for more E3 2015 videos.